With one final chance to find true love, the undercover princes return home in 10 minutes here on BBC One Northern Ireland, and that's after a roundup of tonight's cases.
Welcome back. Busy phone lines, and interestingly some very significant calls tonight. Our first case was the murder of father of three, Amit Patek, in Holloway in North London. It happened on Mother's Day. Decent, hard-working man, Amit was shot at close range in what police believe was a case of mistaken identity.
Those people are capable of killing my dad, an innocent man, and they're capable of killing anybody. Anybody.
Well, DCI Carl Mace is heading up the investigation. You've had some good calls, but importantly, not the names.
No, that's correct. We've had a number of calls, but I really need the names of those two people.
Okay, these are the two guys on the bike. Tell me about the bike, because this could be the key to it all.
Indeed. This bike was stolen in October last year, so for 4 months someone's been using it. I really need to know who's been using that bike, where it's been parked and stored, and of course, where is it now? And
it's a red and black bike. We're seeing the number plate as well, but just the bike is very distinctive.
It is very distinctive. Very rare bike, only 112 in the country.
Okay, all the details are on the website for now. Thanks, Carl.
In December, a gang of armed robbers held up staff at Tesco in Newcastle, despite using cars stolen from across the country. Wearing masks, they left behind a string of clues which detectives hope you can put together tonight.
Nobody move! Just stay down! Stand down! Stand down! Just don't move!
I heard the thud, thinking the security guard had fallen over and hurt himself, and I realised there was a guy on top of him. And that's when all hell broke loose.
I ran to the front of the shop and just saw absolute mayhem. The two men were much larger. Certainly I couldn't have taken them on myself.
Hi!
I got on the radio and shouted for assistance.
Well, DCI Jimmy Hetherington's running this one, so how's it gone tonight?
It's going very well. We've had a number of positive calls so far.
Well, this guy, let's start with him now. It's important to find out who he is, as much to eliminate him as anything else.
It is indeed, yeah. We've had very little on that individual, but we really do need to eliminate him from the inquiry.
OK, now let's look at the guy with this distinctive yellow jacket and motif on the back. We are short of time, but have you had any calls on that?
We've had some very positive calls in relation to that, particularly the jacket.
OK, it is very distinctive. It's on the website if you need to have a look. Jimmy, thank you very much. Kirsty.
Now, 12 days ago, on the evening of Wednesday, the 18th of March, Claudia Lawrence phoned her mum. After that, she texted her friend, and that was the last time anyone heard from her. The police are convinced that she has come to harm. Ray Galloway's heading up the investigation. You've had interesting calls, significant calls, Ray.
We've had very interesting calls. We've had some calls regarding a previous relationship, and that's a useful context to me, but my focus really lies on her current relationship. Who was Claudia going out with? Who was she seeing? Who was her boyfriend? Who was showing her maybe some unhealthy interest?
Okay, so she was a 35-year-old woman living alone, and you want to reassure people that if they do talk to you and the information's sensitive, it will be in confidence.
I will treat all information provided to me in absolute confidence.
Okay, the public have your assurance of that. Thanks for that.
Quick update on the CCTV. We'll start off with a robbery in Horsham. These guys stole £200,000 of computer equipment after tying up the staff members. Some good sounding calls on there and a couple of names suggested. Then we showed you another robbery, this time outside Ruislip train station after this fella missed his last train home. We've had a couple of names put forward for him, which is also very good. The guy wearing that very distinctive jacket.
Now, back in 1983, Sheila Anderson was found murdered in Edinburgh. Now, with the killer's DNA on file and a fresh investigation, her family are hoping whoever did this will finally be brought to justice.
Sheila had been seen in the Leith area of Edinburgh earlier that evening. When she arrived at Gypsy Bray, she had sex with whoever she was with. What's not clear is what led to her being killed. Sheila was run over and dragged for a considerable distance by the car. The wheels passed over her at least once. Her killer left her dead or dying.
Well, with me is DS Sarah Taylor. Such a long time ago, 26 years, but what's come in?
26 years is a long time, but we've had a good response. We've had a number of calls tonight into the studio and back at the incident room in Edinburgh. I would urge the public, please contact us. No matter what information you have, how insignificant it might be, get in touch, tell us. I need information on damaged vehicles, links to Edinburgh. I need names. We've got DNA. We can eliminate people.
All right, Sarah, good luck. Thanks very much. Kirsty.
Thanks. 25 years ago, a violent sexual predator was stalking women in Rotherham. He raped at least 2 teenagers. They were brave enough to speak out tonight in the hope that he is finally caught.
Usually I'd walk round the road, round the top, but my boyfriend didn't like me doing that. So I was umming and ahhing as I got to the steps as to what to do, but decided I'd go under the subway.
Don't scream or I'll kill you. Stop screaming, I've got a knife and I'll kill you. Come on, we'll go into the garage. Come on.
He bent down and picked the picture up and gave it back to me as though he was doing me a favour, as though he was being kind to me.
DS Ian Harding is here. Horrific for these women. Really interesting developments tonight, particularly to do with, we didn't see him there, but in the original reconstruction, the witness that was going into the underpass?
Yes, the blonde-haired male. We appealed for him to come forward. Somebody called, believing that they knew the identity of this person, and the call was terminated before we got a name. So if that was you, please call back.
Okay, so this is the guy in the grey suit, sort of blondish hair, we think. Also, interestingly, which we didn't mention earlier, both of these attacks happened on late Thursday evening.
Both attacks happened very late on a Thursday night. Is that significant to Rotherham in 1984? Is that significant to the offender? If you know, please give us a call.
The incident room is open. Our lines are open until midnight. Thanks for now.
Quick, haven't got long. Right, Ahmed Owlid, wanted for GBH at Paddington Station. Remember, the victim got a broken cheek and permanent sight problems. We had lots of sightings of him tonight. Number 3, Anthony Connolly, wanted for serious assault, where a guy got his ear cut off. Lots of sightings on him again. And number 4, Elliot Wilson, wanted for fraud and deception by 4 police forces. Lots of sightings, most of all the faces tonight. Excellent result all rounds.
Busy, busy. You can find out all about tonight's cases on our website, bbc.co.uk/crimewatch, if you have been a victim of crime. The victim support line is on 0845 30 30 900. Crimewatch is going to be back on Thursday the 30th of April. From the production team and all the detectives here, thanks so much for your calls. They mean so much. Until next time, bye-bye.